Good day, folks. What is a monitoring and evaluation handbook? Well, if you are in an organization right now and they are doing M&A, a handbook is more like a Bible for that organization in terms of M&A, of course. Monitoring and evaluation handbook is very important. It contains the monitoring and evaluation concepts. It also explains more about monitoring and evaluation, gives a monitoring and evaluation strategy, also gives monitoring and evaluation methodologies, M&D program, M&D construction. All those things are in the handbook. But there's one thing you have to realize, folks. When it comes to a monitoring and evaluation handbook, usually this is tailored for an organization, a specific organization. What I'm saying here is that they create this book, and this book is mainly designed to tailor their own circumstances. But as usual, I don't feel good explaining things myself, but we'll just go to Google and ask Google what it feels monitoring and evaluation handbook is. So I'll type monitoring and evaluation handbook. Okay. So now, if you look down here, I must admit, guys, each time I'm looking for a handbook on the internet, majority of times what pops out is the United Nations. United Nations is well renowned in so many things. I took the privilege of downloading their handbook, and it's right here. This is the handbook on okay, there it is. Handbook on planning, monitoring and evaluating for development results, publication by the United Nations Development Program, that's the UNDP. Now, when you go on the internet, guys, you won't find a specific definition explaining what a handbook is, but you're going to get a feeling that a handbook is something like this or something like that. So after downloading this publication, I saw this section called Forward, and it briefly explains why this handbook is there and its purpose. So now let me just briefly read parts and sections. It says, supporting national capacity development for poverty reduction and the attainment of the Millennium Development Goals lies at the very heart of UNDP's mandate. That means that we must work with program countries to assist in the formulation of those strategies, policies, structures, and processes which will have system-wide development impact. Now let's skip there. We go to result-based management provides a set of principles, approaches, and tools which can help us achieve these goals. Okay, let's go further. This in turn requires us to embrace a culture of evaluation. I hope this publication of this handbook will help us and our partners to be even clearer about the higher level results we want to achieve, to develop and act on strategies to achieve these results. So already when you are reading this handbook, in my view, looks to be designed for the organization itself. Although we stakeholders can go through it, embrace it, and get some knowledge out of it, but the truth of the matter is that it has been designed for UNDP and its partners. And if you further read down, you're actually going to see that if you read all this, it's actually going to tell you how this handbook was developed and who its intended people are. So this is a useful handbook. I've gone through this a couple of times, and I haven't read it page by page because that's not its intended purpose, but I've gone through it and I can really see the sense of it. Now, how do you develop a handbook? Well, a handbook isn't a one off thing, it cannot be developed by a person by himself alone, one individual. No. Of course, one person can facilitate the process, but really, developing a handbook requires a team of individuals. If you notice here, there are different handbooks, so many different handbooks. There's one by the USAID, this one here. There are so many handbooks, you have to appreciate that people are always looking for best ways to capture data and improve monitoring and evaluation. So, folks, back to the question, how do you develop a handbook? Well, first things first, it needs a combination of experts who have high level of experience in monitoring and evaluation. It needs people who are actually in the organization itself. So, when developing this handbook, you should have individuals who have worked for that organization for years, who know its work, who know its mandate, who know the challenges it faces, who knows what exactly needs to be done in order to get the best results that reflect programs and strategies. In a nutshell, that's all I can say. But I'll be interested to know what you feel about this short video. Okay, I won't give you a step by step way of developing a handbook because, quite frankly, I've never developed it. But like I said, I've read quite a number of handbooks and I know what goes into developing these handbooks. So this has been a short video, and really I hope you now know the meaning of the monitoring and evaluation handbook. I've been your host, Coach Alexander, and see you on the other side.